With the first pick in the draft, the Indianapolis Colts select quarterback, University of Tennessee, Peyton Manning.
24/7, 365 days a year. He is football.
44 on hard carry.
In the first preseason game, Manning's very first pass as a pro paid off in a big way.
5, drops to throw the quick pass over the middle, caught by Harris, he's gone! Peyton Manning's first throw, a 48-yard touchdown.
Not a bad start.
Who wrote that?
Peyton redirecting, needs 2 yards for the first. On third down, quick cross. Long ball to go to Harrison like last time he got picked. Here he's going long, and a man wide open. It's Wayne at the 15. He walks in. They have the Bears defenders on their heels. Second and goal from the 1. Trying to squirt through, and again driving in for the touchdown.
Peyton, you have been named the game's most valuable player. And I'd like you to look over here to your left, because for being the MVP of Super Bowl 41, you can take home now the 2007 limited edition Passion Red Cadillac XLR, the official vehicle of Super Bowl 41. Cadillac congratulates you, Peyton, on your outstanding achievement and for your new Cadillac, and there are your car keys. But you know, it's one of these nights where really there were so many guys on this team. Anyone on your team could have been the most valuable player, and I know no one knows that more than you.
No question, Jim, and that's been our theme all year. We have won as a team. Everybody did their part. There was no panic. Nobody ever gave up. We stayed calm throughout the entire game. Truly won this championship as a team, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
And lastly, just to talk about adversity, the journey for your coach, Tony Dungy, and what he had been through, even here in the last 14 months. To talk about your team in the playoffs, to go through Kansas City, to Baltimore, to come back from New England, to be down 8 here tonight. And for you to now get the coronation of winning a Super Bowl. How do you put it all into words?
Well, it's hard to put it into words, but like I said, I'm just proud to be a part of the team, and we've stuck together, and we're proud to have won this championship for our leader, Coach Dungy, but everybody did their part. And it sure is a great feeling, and we're glad to bring this trophy back to Indianapolis.
Congratulations to you, Peyton.
Thank you, Jim.
I know you want to take that trophy and share it with every one of your teammates.
In a Super Bowl, opening possession of the Colts after the Saints went 3 and out. Peyton Manning was dissecting that Saints defense to start things off. After a Dallas Clark reception, 3 plays later, there's Austin Collie, 14 yards.
There's the first blitz of the game right there, and they hit Austin Collie for a big first down.
3 plays later, 3rd and 5. Score again. Colts get the ball back. 2nd and 10 from their own 15. Joseph Addai had a good night, Michael.
Joseph Addai was averaging early on about 8 yards per carry. It looks like the Saints were ready for pass, but Colts were able to run.
Good play call by Peyton Manning, changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
And then 3 plays later, 3rd and 1 from right around midfield. Here is Joseph Addai getting the first down and then some. Longest run of the game by anybody, 26 yards.
Did you see what he just did to Darren Sharpner?
Our first touchdown of the game on 3rd and 6. Peyton Manning, nice throw to Pierre Garçon.
Soon as one player went down, the cornerback went down for the Saints, Peyton Manning
is putting his chin strap back together on his helmet. 6 plays later, Dallas Clark. What a gorgeous throw.
Yeah, Peyton got out of the pocket a couple times to the right and threw.
3 plays later, 9th play of the drive, 3rd and 5. Manning all sorts of time as Clark again down to the 4-yard line. And the very next play, Manning hands it off to Joseph Addai, and we have a touchdown in Super Bowl 44 by somebody not named Pierre in the end zone. Joseph Addai gets a celebration from Eli Manning up and running in the box.
Broken tackles. 1, 2, 3.
Touchdown. That's a 13-man lead after a Saints field goal makes it a 1-point game. First play of the 4th quarter. Manning to Pierre Garçon. 17-yard gain to the Colts, 46. Garcon had 66 yards receiving, just like Austin Collie had on the night. 3rd and 12, 3 plays later, Manning to Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne, they didn't use him a lot, but he moved the chains a bit, but he ran great routes, and he has to be upset right now.
Well, he did come up, we'll talk about that in a moment. He did come up 2 yards shy right there, and the Colts decide to go for it on 4th down, just on their side on the other side of midfield. Nice play with Reggie Wayne right there.
Yeah, and you cannot on a 4th.
With Peyton Manning getting the ball back in a Super Bowl with 5.5 minutes to go, and Manning began to go to work all sorts of time. Finds Pierre Garcon on the other side of the field. 17-yard gain. 3 plays later, 5th play of the drive. They're on the same side of the field. Reggie Wayne, New Orleans native, weaving his way through traffic to the Saints 36. 3 plays later, 8th play of the drive. Just when you thought Manning was going to get this done, here comes Tracy Porter with the pick.
What a great read.
674 yards the other way. And instead of it being a tie game, the Saints are up 2 scores in Super Bowl 44 with 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go.
And you heard him right here talk about it, Dion.
Colts who get the ball back with time running out on their chance to get a second Super Bowl in 4 years. But there's Austin Collie free for 41 yards. How did that happen? 41-yard gain. So Manning from the Saints 30 dumps it off to a die after the 2-minute warning. A 17-yard gain down to the Saints 13. 4 plays later, though, the Saints defense is stiffened.
Manning looking for Demaryius Thomas, the guy who burned the Steelers in that playoff game, Michael.
Yeah, it's a big body. I talked about this on game day morning. Okay, Peyton, maybe you don't have the same arm, but now you have big body receivers. Give them an opportunity.
Who needs receivers when you got legs like this? Marshall, did you see this back in the day? 7 yards in the first down, 6 plays later. No Sean Marino. Good to see his legs healthy after tearing his ACL in Week 10 last year. He's going to bounce and get in. Broncos up 7-3 at that point. Ensuing Pittsburgh drive, Ben Roethlisberger, prime as their quarterback, now down 13-7. Manning will just swing it out to Demaryius Thomas.
Now this was a backbreaker right here. I mean, you just drove down the field, kept Peyton on the sideline for 6 to 7 minutes, and he comes out and strikes you immediately. And I mean, that right there.
Great point.
They went for 2, did not get it. Next Broncos drive, and it's Manning to Matthew Willis for 14 yards.
Here goes the machine.
2 plays later, it's Manning to Eric Decker.
That's my guy right there, Eric Decker, man. I love this guy. What a hard-working guy right there, man. Love that he gets the opportunity to work with Peyton. He's scared of that big boy. That's a big boy time.
You only have 10 yards behind you. You can't get beat deep down there.
They don't have prime time across their chest. No Superman.
And look at Peyton telling these guys to hurry up. Let's get it going. Let's move this offense. Who's he going to look for? Jacob Tamm.
This is a great audible. Great audible. Sort of a pick route. They don't call it the pick route, but that's really what it was.
There was no pick route.
It was a pick route.
No pick route.
3 plays later, Manning, Jacob Tamm.
He put some duct tape on that.
Another 18 yards on that one.
That was a wonderful throw. Now that was so old Peyton Manning right there.
We talked about this very same thing. Lock onto your receiver when Big Ben scramble.
And then the first snap of the game goes into the end zone. It looked like Peyton Manning was audibling, but Manning has a chance to march down the field and just make it a 1-point game, except on 3rd and 7, he throws it high to Cam Chancellor.
Bad throw.
So it's time for Denver to do something positive, and they are on the plus side of the field with 3 minutes to go in the half when Manning is hit as he throws. Malcolm Smith with the pick, and it's a pick 6 for Malcolm Smith, 22-0, Marshall.
You know, Kurt Warner talked about Peyton.
There's 12s everywhere. 36-0 when finally the Broncos get on the board with no time left in the 3rd quarter to make it 36-7. So we would not have a shutout in Super Bowl 48.
Touchdowns in all 3 phases against the Broncos in this game. Manning has it knocked out of his hand. That's a live ball. The Seahawks are world champs.
Guys with with a quick first step. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone with that quick of a first step.
That was Malik Jackson with the score for Denver. But how about Coney Ealy, the game he had today? His first career interception, and Peyton Manning is now thrown up.
The Carolina Panthers, and Denver caused those turnovers. They were not just mistakes.
Still down 9, it's Coney Ealy again with the strip sack. Carolina recovers. Ealy tied a Super Bowl score, an offensive touchdown. But then Manning overshoots Demaryius Thomas. However, we have defensive holding on Josh Norman.
Hey, Eric, you got to sit your 88 clubber down.
And right now, he's a champion. That's all he's thinking about. Doesn't matter how rocky the waters were. They got the ship in.
Then C.J. Anderson punches it in. Grew up in nearby Vallejo, capped the Super Bowl for the team for which he played. Peyton hoisting the
And today I retire from pro football. There's a scripture reading, 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought the good fight, and I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Well, I fought a good fight. It's football.
This was a backbreaker right here. I mean, you just drove down the field, kept Peyton on the sideline for 6 to 7 minutes, and he comes out and strikes you immediately. And I mean, that right there was the turning point in this game.